Welcome to Recap Kun. The next day at school, Rian's friends are seen bullying Kangha's friend. Choi discovers that he is his father's illegitimate son and lies about being rich to avoid being ostracized. Kangha arrives to help and calls Choi Rian's lapdog, which angers Choi. He punches Kangha, and they start fighting. Class President Namju pulls Taeho out of the classroom. In the following scene, it is revealed that the anonymous hacker blackmailing Ji and who sent Kangha the video of his brother is actually Class President Namju. He begins analyzing CCTV footage to uncover hidden secrets at the school and sees teacher Jisoo with Lee in one of the recordings. Then, the hacker sends another intimate video of Ji and Rian, threatening her not to leave the country. This makes her depressed, so she meets with Kangha. She tells him how his brother was bullied at Lee's birthday party, ran out into the street, and had an accident. Ji claims to be the sole reason behind his brother's death and asks Kangha to forgive Rian. She also requests Kangha's help in finding the anonymous blackmailer who is threatening to ruin both her and Rian's lives. However, when Kangha refuses to help Rian, she begins crying for him, saying she can't bear to see Rian hurt, which makes Kangha feel jealous. As Yoon waits for her car outside the school, Lee arrives to pick her up. However, when teacher Jisoo, who is waiting for Lee, sees his car leaving without stopping, she calls him, but he ignores her call. Lee now tries to win Yoon's heart, but Yoon doesn't feel the same way about him. When Yoon arrives home, she finds notes left by her father. Seeing her mother, she starts to cry with a worried look on her face. The day arrives for Ji to leave for New York to start her new life with Si and Jun. After saying their goodbyes, both leave the house. Meanwhile, other students enjoy the farewell party, where Namju is also present. When Kangha arrives at the party, Namju receives a message from Kangha on his real account. It is then that he realizes Kangha has figured out he is the blackmailer. Meanwhile, Yoon is waiting for Rian to arrive at the party. However, Rian is busy getting Si and Jun arrested by the narcotics department to save Ji. When a car arrives at the club, and Rian exits the vehicle followed by Ji, Yoon is shocked. Rian then claims he has gotten back together with Ji and warns everyone, especially Kangha, not to mess with their relationship anymore. Kangha becomes enraged and tells Class President Namju to send him all the videos he has. When Kangha watches the intimate video of Ji and Rian, he feels sad and jealous. Meanwhile, Yoon is furious that she has once again lost her chance with Rian because of Ji. Feeling helpless and shallow, she also grapples with the fact that her father has gone bankrupt. During a dinner date, Ji tries to convince Rian to apologize to Kangha, as Rian's actions within the school's hierarchy indirectly caused Kangha's brother's death. However, Rian feels no remorse and refuses to apologize. The next day, Ji sees Kangha and Namju together and follows them, discovering they are having a secret meeting. Kangha tries to persuade other bullied students to stand up against the school's hierarchy system rather than ignore it. Namju informs Kangha that the school already knows everything happening among the students because he got all the videos from the principal's laptop. Initially, Namju plans to leak Ji's video footage to the press and social media, but Kangha refuses to harm Ji. Later, Yoon meets Ji's brother at a secret club. Excited, he asks her to watch the intimate video of Ji, which he recorded. Unexpectedly, Yoon becomes enraged and slaps him. Although she dislikes Ji, she cannot stoop so low as to ruin her life and begins to feel sorry for her for having such a brother. When Ji goes to meet Kangha, she finds him having fun on the streets, playing with kids. She becomes upset, realizing that despite having everything, she hasn't laughed or enjoyed life like Kangha does, even though he has so many problems to deal with. When Ji inquires about Kangha's plan for avenging his brother's death, he admits to finding her blackmailer. However, because the blackmailer shares Kangha's objectives, he can't reveal his identity but vows to protect Ji from harm. Ji insists that her only concern is safeguarding Rian, even if it means opposing Kangha. Kangha is willing to go against Ji in order to exact revenge for his brother's death. Upon arriving home, Lee discovers the car that was used to kill Kang-in. Jisoo exits the vehicle, claiming to have fixed it for him, but it's actually a threat. Lee tells her to forget about him and offers to keep it a secret in return as he now desires Yoon instead of her. At home, Rian receives a video on his phone from an anonymous account. Shocked, he orders his staff to trace the account. In the meantime, Kangha confronts the school principal, demanding punishment for those responsible for his brother's death. On his way out, he encounters Namju, who is angry and confused about his plan. Overhearing their conversation, Jae discovers Namju is the blackmailer. She threatens to inform her father about the video, causing Kangha to become enraged and leave. She stops him, revealing her pregnancy with Rian's child and her willingness to do anything to protect Rian. Yoon meets Rian at school and tells him her brother recorded them at her vacation house. She's also upset that he didn't protect his girlfriend, Jae. Furious, Rian confronts Jae-hyuk and teaches him a lesson for scheming behind their backs. Kangha arrives to stop the Rian as it will only hurt Jae. When Rian gets angry with Kangha feels remorseful for the trouble Jae has faced all alone because of Rian and asks him to look after her more carefully. To help Yoon and her father recover financially, Jae agrees to go to New York under the condition that he helps Yoon's father. On her way back home, Jae meets Rian, who now knows about her secrets, and feels bad that he wasn't there to protect her. Next, we go to a flashback of Lee and Jisoo having intimate moments. Unfortunately, they are seen by Kangin while he is running away from his bullies. Jisoo, worried, follows Kangin to explain the situation. When he doesn't stop, she follows him in Lee's car and calls him while he is on the phone with his brother. Kangin, scared and wanting to expose them, is struck by Lee's car and dies on the spot, with his screams heard on the phone. Worried, Jisoo gets out of the car and finds Kangin dead. She discovers he was secretly recording the entire event with a hidden camera and takes it with her. To get revenge, Kangha calls the cops on the school for bullying and drug use, leading to the cops interrogating the students one by one. When Kangha returns to the classroom, the students are angry at him for calling the cops. As Choi moves to hit him, Jae arrives and encourages the other students to report their bullying to the cops to prevent future incidents. Later she meets Rian, who is worried after learning that Jae is leaving for New York again. Jae explains that she cannot back out now that she has promised her father. She then sees Namju and goes to talk to him. Meanwhile, Rian receives a notification from his staff identifying the person who sent him the video as the principal. Confronting her, she claims it was done under his mother's command. Rian then confronts his mother, angry that she sent him such a video. She claims she was making him cautious of his actions, as she cannot have him behaving recklessly. Rian, feeling treated like a pet dog, angrily wishes she had thrown him away like his father did so he could live like a real human being. Jae meets with Kangha after school. She didn't expect him to call the police but is happy that he helped stop the bullying. She informs him that she is leaving for New York very soon. As she is leaving, Kangha asks if she ever developed feelings for him. Although her mind says yes, she claims to have never had feelings for him. However, Kangha knows she's lying. When she meets Rian for one last time, she shows him a picture of their unborn baby. Rian still blames himself for being unable to protect their child. Meanwhile, the principal scolds Jisoo for building a relationship with a student and asks her to submit her resignation and leave the school immediately. As Jisoo prepares for her departure, she sees Lee with Yoon. Yoon has learned that it was Lee who forced Jae's father to send her abroad, knowing about her pregnancy and blackmailing him. Suddenly, a car arrives and Jisoo steps out. Lee tries to convince Jisoo that her secret is safe with him and promises not to reveal it. Feeling distressed, Lee goes to confess to Jae and gives her Kangin's pen, which he found inside his car. Kangha receives the pen from her and reports it to the police. Initially, the police arrest Choi for assaulting Kangin, and Jisoo, who is about to run away, gets arrested as well. Rian's mother fires the principal for failing to protect her son. The news of Rian and Jae's relationship damages her company's reputation. Feeling guilty, Rian confronts Kangha and offers his apology. However, Kangha refuses to accept it, saying an apology cannot bring his brother back and curses Rian to live with the guilt of murdering an innocent person. Rian goes to the courtroom to confess that he is also an offender. Later, when he meets with Jae, she requests to skip school and go on a date with her. Jae enjoys her time with Rian before she leaves the country, wanting to say goodbye and vowing to meet again in the future. Before she leaves, Kangha meets Jae one last time and confesses his love to her, saying he can't live without her and wants to make her happy. Jae understands his feelings but says her happiness lies in leaving the country for now, although she admits to have developed feelings for him. Now Rian, his friends, Kangha, and the others have started to live a normal life at school, where no one gets bullied or mistreated. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more.